Welcome to the Explainer. Now picture this. You're strolling down the toy aisle of your local store, casually glancing at the pegs of those standard $1 die-cast cars. And without even knowing it, you walk straight past a hidden treasure. Seriously, it happens every single day. Thousands of people just stroll right by, completely oblivious that they've missed something incredibly rare, mostly just because they don't know the specific markers to look for. Well, today, we're going to change that. We are digging into the 2026 Hot Wheels Treasure Hunt Master Tracker.
Because here are the real-world stakes. Missing these rare finds isn't just about, missing a cool car for your shelf. It's literally costing you items that easily resell for $30 to over $100 on the secondary market almost the second they drop. The collecting community is fiercely tracking these things, and in this explainer, I'm going to equip you with the exact same community-sourced intel that the pros use to spot them. Here is our agenda for today. Section 1, the value of the hunt. Section 2, regular versus super hunts. Section 3, the 2026 case tracker. Section 4, standout supermodels. And Section 5, spotting hunts in the wild. Let's jump right in.
Section 2, regular versus super hunts, knowing the difference. Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly is a treasure hunt? Basically, a TH is a low-production, rare Hot Wheels car that Mattel secretly hides within their standard case assortments. They don't announce where they are, and they definitely don't drop them all at once. It's more of a trickle out over the entire year. For 2026, collectors are expecting around 15 regular treasure hunts and 15 super treasure hunts.
But we gotta be clear, there's a sharp contrast between those two tiers. Regular treasure hunts are super cool and genuinely collectible because of their low production runs, but they just use standard plastic wheels, regular enamel paint, and they've got a silver circle flame logo on the packaging. Super treasure hunts, though, man, they're in a completely different league. We're talking real riders, which are actual rubber wheels, gorgeous Spectraflame paint, and that highly coveted gold card logo. Supers are incredibly rare. You're looking at roughly 1 per master carton, which means a lot of store shipments will arrive with absolutely zero.
Section 3, the 2026 case tracker, your treasure map. So the 2026 set builds up case by case across the entire calendar year. Mattel alphabetizes them, kicking off with Case A in late 2025 or early 2026, then moving right into Cases B and C in January and February, Cases F and G around April, and Cases J and K in May. Just a quick heads up, Mattel traditionally skips Cases I and O, so don't go driving yourself crazy looking for those. Normally, each case holds 1 regular TH and 1 super TH.
And this brilliantly illustrates the strategy, looking at the early super treasure hunts tracked by the community so far. Case A kicks off with the Drift Ender from the Trucking Along series. Case B brings the Ford Mustang GTD. And Case C? It drops the absolutely incredible Ferrari F40 Competizione. This proves that some really highly sought-after castings are hitting the pegs very early in the year.
Moving into those mid-spring drops, Cases D through G, the diversity really shines through. Case D gives us classic American muscle with the 64 Chevy Impala, followed by the 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth in Case E. Then, Case F brings massive JDM appeal with the Honda Civic Custom from the HW Drag Racer series. Finally, Case G rounds it out with the Custom Auto. It's a fantastic mix, giving totally different types of collectors something specific to hunt for.
As we hit the late spring cases, which are tracked around that April and May window, we see the Lotus Sport Elise in Case H, the Subaru Impreza in Case J, and the '94 Toyota Supra in Case K. Now, pacing yourself here is absolutely key. I mean, you literally can't find a Case K car in January, right? So knowing exactly when these cases are expected to hit retail shelves is going to save you a ton of wasted trips. All right, now we have to talk about rumors. While everything we just covered is actively tracked by the community, there's a whole separate list of models that are strictly rumored and not yet fully confirmed by Mattel. The undisputed heavy hitter here is the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7, expected in a later case. We're also hearing whispers about a '67 Pontiac Firebird, a Nissan Maxima drift car, a '23 Ram 1500, and a '70 Plymouth AR Cuda. It's so crucial to separate confirmed data from these community rumors, but honestly, keeping an ear to the ground gives you a huge head start if they do actually materialize.
Section 4, standout supermodels, the boss loot.
Let's shift focus to the heavyweights. Right out of the gate, the Ferrari F40 Competizione from KC is widely considered the hottest pull of early 2026. It's got that classic Spectraflame red, incredibly deep tooling, and a massive secondary market pull. Like, early listings were asking significant premiums within days of KC hitting stores. It's the perfect example of how a popular miniseries, the Ferrari series in this case, carries major collector weight.
Then check out the Ford Mustang GTD from Case B. What makes this one such a standout is that it's a brand new casting for 2026. And you know how it goes. Whenever you introduce a brand new casting as a super treasure hunt, especially in the Factory Fresh series, it instantly creates a bottleneck of high demand. Dedicated Mustang collectors are absolutely going to scramble to complete their sets with this one.
And we definitely can't ignore the Case J Subaru Impreza. The buzz around this model isn't just about how it looks, it's about the history. This casting is directly tied to designer Terry Choi's original work from way back in 2005. It's fascinating. These kinds of historical ties really elevate a Super TH from just being a rare toy into a genuine piece of Hot Wheels history for serious collectors.
Section 5, Spotting Hunts in the Wild, Practical Tactics.
So the crucial point is knowing exactly what your eyes should be scanning for when you're staring at a giant wall of blister packs. It boils down to a 3-step process. Step 1. Look behind the car at the card back itself. Step 2. Look at the car's body for a specific Tampo logo. And Step 3. Inspect the physical texture of the paint and the wheels. Let's break that down for the ultimate prize.
Here is your Super TH checklist. Memorize this. First, look for a gold circle and flame symbol printed on the car directly behind the vehicle. Next, scan the car for a small TH printed somewhere on the casting, usually near the rear fender. Then, check the tires. Real Rider rubber tires actually feel a bit different if you give them a gentle squeeze through the blister pack, compared to the hard plastic ones. And finally, that Spectraflame paint. It looks noticeably richer and almost wet in appearance compared to standard enamel. It might take a few store visits to master, but spotting this is a highly learnable skill for sure. There's a great saying in the collecting community, patience and timing matter more than luck here. Since Supers are only inserted about once per master carton, a lot of shipments simply won't have one. You can't just expect to walk in once and strike gold. It's all about consistent hunting, staying current with the community's running case checklist, and figuring out exactly when your local stores restock. Which brings us to the end of our explainer, but really, it's just the beginning of your hunt. You've got the community data, you know the visual markers, and you understand the timeline. So I have to ask, based on everything we covered today, what is your ultimate 2026 target car, and are you fully prepared to hit the pegs to find it? Get out there, stay patient, and happy hunting.